Good morning, friends. Welcome to Adda 24/7. We are in the Sankalpa series and objective questions, theory and objectives. But today we'll be covering objective questions. So, complete many objective questions on chapter 1 only. Because chapter 1 is a big chapter. So, that's why yesterday also we started with chapter 1. Today also we'll be covering chapter 1 only. Okay. So, that's why watch the video till the end. So, let's start. Okay. First, bank does not give loan against. So against which property or which collateral bank does not give the loan? Gold ornaments, LIC policy, lottery ticket, or NSC. Now, NSC means what? This is National Savings Certificates. Very few people nowadays we buy this, right? National Savings Certificate. Okay, NSC. Gold ornaments, you already know. Gold loans, LIC policy, insurance. This is known as loan against securities. Okay, loan against securities. So security can be anything. It can be LIC policy, it can be insurance. Not only LIC, it can be insurance policy. Then it can be any other shares also. It can be mutual funds also. So this is known as loan against securities. So bank does not give loan against, obviously, lottery ticket. How will the bank give a loan against lottery ticket? Means you are not confirmed of winning. Bank always gives loans against that collateral which is confirmed. Okay, clear? Which of the following business approach for retail banking is followed in new private sector banks? Now, new private sector banks, remember, new private sector means which banks? HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, okay, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, and all those here. Remember, there are basically 3 to 4 types of banks here. There can be many classifications of banking. One way to classify them is nationalized banks, nationalized. Okay. So these are all commercial banks, nationalized and private banks. Private. These are both commercial banks. Okay. So private banks, again, there are two types of private banks now. One is this old private banks, and then it is new private banks. Also nationalized banks, there are RRBs, which are other than, I mean, they are within the ambit of nationalized banks, but these are different. Those cater only to rural side. So private banks, old and new. So the point over here is new private banks means this new. HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, which are the old private banks? Type in the comment section, old private banks. Anyone knows? Karur Vaishya Bank, Karnataka Bank, which were formed before 1994. Keep it very simple. 1994. These all banks were formed before 1994, and new banks, HDFC, ICICI, these were formed in 1994. So, what is the approach they follow? Segmented approach, geography based, classification based, and mix of segment and classification. So, the answer over here is mix of segment and classification. Segment means what? What is the segment? Customer segment to which they cater. Geography means which area they are located. Classification means whether it's a rural branch, urban branch, semi-urban branch. That. So these private banks always follow the model of mix of segment and classification. Okay. Which of the following constitutes a basic structure of retail banking as per the recent trends? See here, basic structure. Structure means what do we sell in retail banking today? Structure here means what do we sell? So we sell retail assets. We sell retail assets and liability products. We sell liability and third party products. And do we sell retail liability, retail assets, retail liability and third party products? So what do we sell over here? Sells here. I'm talking very purely and bluntly that we sell actually, isn't it? We sell everything. We are, when a customer opens a savings account, actually it's a customer. We are selling that savings account to that customer, selling the current account, selling FD, selling mutual fund, selling insurance, right? So which of them is the answer over here? Basic structure, yes, A, B, C or D? It is D, correct? Retail assets, retail liabilities and third party. What are assets? Retail assets means loans. Loans. What are the retail loans? Housing loan, housing, Then you have gold loan. Just now we saw this against what? Gold loan, then LIC policy. Then just now we saw all those. So those are all the retail loans. Remember, company loans are not a retail loans. Liability means what? You are saving, CASA we call it, right? CASA, current account, saving account. Then FD. And third party means what? Third party is basically insurance, right? Insurance, mutual fund, insurance, MF, right? Gold coins, even gold coins are sold as a third party product. So everything is sold. Now just tell me, how many of you have a daily target or weekly target of insurance? Daily also. Nowadays nationalized banks are also having all the daily targets of insurance, right? So how many of you have the daily targets of insurance? Type yes in the comment section. Type yes. How many of you are having the weekly targets? Per week I want two insurances. Branch manager tells you, right? Everyone subscribe to Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. In this channel, you will be getting the latest updates on JIIB and CIB. See this, latest updates from IIBF. Whatever IIBF gives the updates, immediately they are updated. Okay. And second thing, number one is update, and second is free YouTube series. Free. What are you watching right now? You are watching the same YouTube series. Where are you watching? You're watching in the same channel of Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. So definitely subscribe to it and click on that bell icon. Immediately do it. Okay. Everyone share this session with your friends so that others can also benefit. Bank passbook is issued by bank. Number one, contains transaction details of the bank account. And number three, C is contains only credit transactions. And D is both A and B. So what is bank passbook? Nowadays bank passbook, at least in nationalized banks, it's still there. But in private banks, it's almost gone. Okay, as per the RBI mandate, you have to give the bank passbook, but in private banks, it's practically gone. Okay, they always give you the bank statements. Okay, so bank passbook is, what is the answer? A and B, issued by the bank, correct. Contains transaction details of the bank account, correct. Contains only credit transactions, that is wrong, because it contains credit as well as debit, both, isn't it? Bank pays interest on deposits, loans, both A and B. So what does bank pay interest on? Everyone, you all are for JIIB, right? So JIIB is for this. This is the basic question. Bank pays interest on, it pays on deposits, and loans, it gets interest. See this, gets. That is the basic business of bank. What is the bank basically? What is the bank? See, our bank acts in two ways. Number one, okay. Bank gets money, cash. Say this, bank gets cash from whom? From deposit. Deposit. So it gets money from deposit. Keep it simple. It gets money from the depositors and it gives money to the borrowers, loan account holders, borrowers. Okay. So it gets money from the depositors, it gives money to the depositors. It gets interest. See, these borrowers, when they take the loan, they give interest to the bank, interest. And this interest is given to the depositors, isn't it? And the margin between this is known as our NII, net interest income, isn't it? Net interest income means margin. What is the gap? Suppose if this interest given by the loan holder is 9%, this depositor, I'll give him 7%. So 2% is my NII. Okay. Similarly, other one, bank charges interest on. Now this is quite easy, isn't it? Once you know the first one, the second one is easy. Charges interest on loans, isn't it? Who can open the savings bank account in India? Who can open savings bank? Indian citizen, any Indian citizen, right? Non-resident Indian. So can NRI open a savings account? Yes, he can. He or she can. Why? He or she can open the account called as NRE, right? Then NRO. And third is FCNR is FD. FCNR. Okay. B we call it, FCNR B. So this is FD. These two are savings, current and FD. All the three. See this, NRE, NRO are all the three. Now what is NRE, what is NRO, what is FCNR? Separate session I have taken, because this is itself a session of half an hour. Okay. So who can open the savings account bank in India? NRI. Illiterate, can the illiterate open? Yes, illiterate can open the current savings account. Okay. See here, we are talking of savings only. We are not talking of current. So illiterate can open the savings account. Okay. So the answer is all of the above. Right. Everyone download Adda 24/7 app on your mobile. In this app, you will be getting the premium study material plus live classes, ebooks, tests, everything. Whatever you need for clearing JIIB and CIB, you'll get it over here. So immediately download it. Okay. PAN number is required for deposits less than 50,000. Deposits in excess of 1 lakh. Deposits of 50,000 and above in a single day. And all the transactions, let it be any transaction, you require the PAN number. Is it so? Is PAN number compulsory for all the transactions? So the answer is deposits of rupees 50,000 and above in a single day. That is the real answer. So PAN number is required for any transaction, deposit transaction above 50,000. Okay? Because there are many citizens in India up till now who don't have a PAN number, isn't it? So won't they open a savings account with you? They can. But if you want to deposit 50,000 and above in a single day, then PAN number is required. 100 rupee note is signed by, this has come in the exam, this question. 100 rupee note is signed by whom? Prime Minister, Finance Minister, RBI Governor, and none of the above. So who signs 100 rupee note? It is signed by RBI Governor, correct. See here, all the notes are signed by RBI Governor except which one? Who can tell me? Except there is one note which is not signed by RBI Governor. Who can tell me? It is rupee 1 note. That is kept by the government. So 1 rupee note is not signed by the RBI Governor. Then who signs it? Secretary, Finance Secretary. Okay. So the Finance Secretary signs this 1 rupee note. But all other notes are signed by RBI Governor. The following has become the generic feature of savings bank account in the recent years. Generic means what? Generic means common feature. Everyone says, okay, so what? That is generic feature. Suppose if I tell you, I am giving this ATM card in my bank. Open the account. You say, so what? I am giving a debit card. You'll say, so what? Credit card. So there also you'll say, so what? Because now credit card is given by all the banks. Multi-city checks. This, so you'll say definitely, what is the big deal in this? So which of them is a generic feature? Generic means common feature. Everyone is doing it. So that is A to D all, isn't it? ATM password should be kept in personal diary, office diary, memory, all of the above. Quite an interesting question, isn't it? So where will you keep this ATM password? You will write it in this personal diary, or I've seen many persons, where do they write? The card is there, this is the card, right? So on the back side of this card, there is that place where your CVV number is written, CVV, right? The persons write there so that they don't forget it. But that gives you such a huge risk. If somebody gets this card, he gets your password also, isn't it? So that's why it should be kept in memory only. It should not be shared anywhere, neither in the personal diary, nor in the office diary, not on the card, never anywhere. Okay? Everyone join the Sankalpa batch. Okay? Starting August 4th. Means today only. Join it immediately. Okay? All the 4 subjects are covered. Numericals, objective questions, case studies, everything is covered. You get ebooks, tests. Ebooks and tests also you get. So what do you require more? See here, you require always the classes, books and tests. So all these three things are provided. Plus you get additional live classes. So live classes means what? You can ask the questions there and then itself. How to join these classes? I'll show you. Let's go to Adda 24/7. Always I would suggest go through the app. In the app, what happens? You have a coin system. In coin system, what happens? You get 1% extra. Okay. So use this. See this. Now we are on Adda 24/7. Click on this. Go to the front page. Click on JAIIB and CIB. Okay. Now you'll see this JAIIB October 23. Click on JAIIB October 23. You'll see the details over here. See this Sankalpa batch, selection batch. Join the selection batch. Okay. Then look at the fees. 80% off is already applied over here. JC80 code already applied. You need not apply any code now. What do you get? Look at this. Online classes, test series, ebooks. That's all we require for clearing. And in your bank timings, as per your bank timings, the classes are there. So they are adjusted. Okay. Recorded videos are there. So click on buy now. Already code is applied. So you are getting already the 80% off. Join it immediately. In fact, I would suggest you to join the Mahapack. In Mahapack, you are getting multiple batches per subject. See this Mahapack, JIIB, CIB, Mahapack. Click on this. You are getting multiple batches. In this, let's click on JIIB Mahapack here. You can click for JIIB also. You can click for JIIB, CIB also. This is the best Mahapack. Click on JIIB, CIB, Mahapack. See this. In this Mahapack, using the JC code, you are getting double advantage. One is 80% off. And second, what you are getting is this double validity, 24 months. Now this Mahapack can be used for JIIB also and CIB also. Both of them. So in that case, what happens? Once you get the JIIB and CIB, once you clear JIIB in let's say 6 months, this October, so immediately you can use this same Mahapack for clearing the CIB also. Means almost 1.5 years you get in the same Mahapack. Join it immediately. Okay. I'll be back tomorrow with another series. Till then, bye. Keep studying and do join the batch immediately. Starting today. Hi friends, welcome to Adda 24/7. We are in a Sankalpa series of covering important theory and objective questions for RBWM. So today we'll be dealing with some theory part as well as some objective questions. So watch the video till the end. Here we are today covering chapter 1. So chapter 1 introduction part of RBWM, very important chapter because this forms the base of your total RBWM subject. Okay, so let's start. Here first immediately here we immediately start without wasting any time as such. So introduction. What are banks basically? Banks are FIs or financial institutions that perform deposit and lending functions. So important part of banking is deposit and lending, right? So what do we do? What is deposit and what is lending? We call them liabilities and assets. Here deposits are called as deposits. These are called as liabilities for the bank. Liabilities for the bank we are talking here. Liabilities. Okay. And for the asset, this lending loans, these are known as assets. Okay, assets for the bank. So deposits and loans. From where does the bank earn money? Bank earns money from loans. Your bank earn money. From where does the bank give money to the customers? Through deposits. Goes, okay, loses, expense. Okay, so this is all the model of banking. Complete model of banking lies over here only. Get the money from loans using interest and give the money to the deposits using interest. Okay. Now there are various types of banks in India and each is responsible to perform different functions. Okay. Various banks means there are n number of types of banks. Now understand the types first. Okay. Very important classification over here. One is central bank. Central bank means what? Here we have RBI. Central bank in India is RBI. Okay. RBI. Then we have cooperative banks. Mainly cooperative banks are situated in Middle India and South India. North India, there are lesser cooperative banks, but there are some as such. What are cooperative banks? Cooperative banks are formed using the by the members themselves by depositing the money capital, and they start a bank themselves. It is generally started as a cooperative society. Cooperative banks are governed by the Cooperative Societies Act. Okay. Then there are commercial banks. Now, what are these commercial banks? Commercial banks are of two types. Always remember. One is nationalized bank. This nationalized, and second is private bank. Okay, private. So these are the two types of this commercial banks. Commercial banks means what? They are limited by shares. Limited by shares means what? They can be traded in the stock market. Cooperative banks can't be traded in the stock market. Okay. Then we have RRBs, regional rural banks. Now these are banks formed by the sponsor banks. Generally what happens, one of these forms the sponsor, becomes the sponsor of these RRBs. Okay. One of these banks, nationalized or private, becomes the sponsor of the RRBs. Okay. Then there are local area banks. Local area banks mean these are limited to certain areas, small banks. Then we have specialized banks. Specialized banks means what? For example, I'll give this SIDB. SIDB, Small Industrial Development Bank. Okay, so these are specialized banks. That is only for industrial development. Then you have NABARD, right? NABARD. These banks don't have their own branches as such. Okay, they don't perform the function of saving current, etc. But specialized banks means SIDB, NABARD. They are specialized in this. NABARD is specialized in agriculture. SIDB is specialized in this small industrial development. What do you mean by small industrial development? Means MSME, we call it MSME. SME, right? That is MSME. And NABARD is for agri. Agri, and not only agri related. Agri and related, not only agri, because related is also an important word. There are many industries in the overall India which are not agri, but they are related to agri. Means, for example, suppose if I am having, let's say, agriculture, let's call these two separately. Suppose if I am having mango trees, so I am having mango, and if I have a factory which can extract the pulp from this, so then I'll get a mango juice separately, pulp separately. So this is related activity. What do we drink? That fruity, and what are all these? Fruity or many other juice companies, isn't it? What are these? These are agri related. Then we have small finance banks. What are small finance banks? These are newly developed in 2015-16. Okay. RBI has given permission to these small finance banks. Many are there. Utkarsh Small Finance Bank, Equitas Small Finance Bank. Many banks are there. Okay. So here I'll cover one important part which is asked in the exam many times. That is RRB. These are special types of commercial banks that provide concessional credit to agriculture and rural sector. So they provide concessional credit specifically to agri and rural only. Okay. RRBs were established in 1975 and are registered under the RRB Act 1976. Okay. So this comes in exam. RRBs were established when? 1975. When are they registered? They are registered under RRB Act 1976. Okay. RRBs are joint ventures between central government, state government, and a commercial bank. This I told you. This is known as a sponsor bank. Sponsor. Okay. Sponsor bank. So, for example, we have Vico Bank, Vidarbha Konkan Bank. You just check it on the internet. Vidarbha Konkan Gramin Bank, they call it. So, the sponsor bank for that is Bank of India. Bank of India sponsors this. There are many these RRBs in India as such. Okay. So, this is the basic structure of RRB. And otherwise, these are nationalized banks. They function same as nationalized banks. Everything else is a nationalized bank. Scale is nationalized banks. Salaries are nationalized banks. Okay. Only the point is they have a sponsor bank, which is basically this nationalized or private bank. It can be a private bank also. Okay. Now, before going ahead, download Adda 24/7 app on your mobile. In this app, you will be getting the premium study material plus live classes, ebooks, tests, everything you will be getting. What all do you require for clearing JIB? Tell me. We require always only 3 to 4 things. Okay, what are those? See here, firstly, we require the lectures, right? Hold on. Yeah. Firstly, we require the lectures. So we have online lectures over here. Then we require books. Then we have ebooks over here. Ebooks. Okay. Ebooks. Then we require to check our knowledge. We require some tests. So tests are also available. So everything is available on this app. Download it immediately and start studying, isn't it? Now let's come to the question bank. Question time. Question time means we will be asking simple questions. Simple means which can be asked in the exam and which are the basic ones. So bank passbook is what? It is issued by the banks, contains the transaction details of the bank account, shows the balance in the account, and all of the above. So type fast in the comment section. Bank passbook is what? Issued by the bank, contains transaction details of the bank account, shows the balance, or is it all of the above? Everyone? Okay, have you seen, you might be having that passbook printing machine in your bank, isn't it? Passbook printing. What is that? It's nowadays automated. Now even we have the kiosk for passbook printing, right? So always remember, bank passbook gives the detailed transaction. Detailed means every transaction which is done in that account, detailed transaction statement. Every transaction which happens in that account is given over there. Even if it is done for 10 paise, even that much is debited, it will be shown in that transaction. Okay, that's why nowadays we have that problem. Why? Because in UPI we are purchasing everything, right? Suppose if you give it 10 rupees to the tea for drinking tea, so that 10 rupees also comes in your statement. So the statement becomes huge. Okay. So what is the bank passbook coming again? It is issued by the bank. Of course, it is issued by the bank because this is a property of the bank. Actually, remember, it contains the transaction details of the bank account, correct, and shows the balance in the account, isn't it? So balance is the last part shown over here. Suppose if you have 10 transactions, so all 10 will be shown. Debit, credit will be shown, and then there will be a balance part over here, right? So debit, credit, and balance, right? So this balance is the final balance always. Okay. Bank pays interest on deposits, loans, both A and B, and none of them. Now tell me, bank pays interest. We want pays interest on what? Deposits or loans or both? Bank pays interest on both. Deposits, isn't it? On loans, we earn interest. Here we earn. That is the income source for the bank. Right? That is the basic function, isn't it? Just now I told you. So, it is deposits. Bank charges interest on, obviously, now loans. Right? That is the earning. Everyone, subscribe to Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. In this channel, you will be getting the latest updates. Number one, latest updates on JIB and CIB. Updates. Okay. Second, you have free YouTube series, free. Okay, free YT series. So this series means like the one which you are watching right now. You have many important YouTube series on all the subjects. So that's why watch it immediately. Subscribe to it. Click on the bell icon. Education loans cover what? Now this is very important question from exam point of view. Education loan covers what? It covers tuition fees and expenses. Now, what do you mean by this? Tuition fees means whatever fees I am paying. So, does it cover the donation part which I am paying? Suppose in some colleges they ask for donation, right? So, it does not cover donation, but if that donation is taken with a receipt under the name of building fee, if they take it and they give a receipt for this, okay? If they take it building fees, then it is covered in the education loan. Expenses, suppose if I am doing the education abroad, so going there, plane ticket, staying there, everything is covered in education loans. suppose my college uniform, my all the things required in the college, laptops, computers, those expenses. So those are all covered in this education loans. So they are repayable after completion of the course. Now there is one more condition in this. Completion of the course means what? Course completion plus 1 year. This is the rule. Course completion plus 1 year. This is the general rules followed. So after I complete, suppose if I am for engineering, then in engineering, 4 years of engineering plus 1 year for getting the job. Okay, so that is covered under this education loan. Granted for studies in India and abroad, obviously, isn't it? For abroad also it's granted, India also it's granted. So answer is what? D, all of the above, isn't it? Business correspondent means, now what is this BC? This BC you might be having in your banks also, all of you. BC, this is a private party actually. This is similar to DSA, I will call it. Similar to DSA, okay? We only name it BC, otherwise it's after all the DSA only. Okay? What is the BC? An agent who provides banking service, an agent of the business house, the type of money lender, and none of the above. So BC is what? Agent who provides banking service, correct? What all jobs does the BC do now in your bank? What all jobs does the BC do? BC does all the repetitive jobs. Repetitive means what? Cash collection, cash giving, that is also done by the BC. Then account opening, documents collections. Account can't be opened by the BC, but documents collection can be done by the BC. Okay. So all the repetitive jobs which do not require a decision making part are covered by the BC. Okay. Generally, the BC is used by the banks in not only cities now, it's used in the rural areas also, where the bank cannot reach. Suppose here, there are some villages where there are only 20 houses. So is it feasible for the bank to open a branch over there? No. So what does it do? It opens a BC over there, business correspondent. So this person gives them the all banking services, and this person not only covers this 20 houses here. If this person covers only, this BC covers only 20 houses, even he can't survive, he or she. So this BC covers, like these 20 houses, some 3 to 4 villages, 4, 5, 10 villages. Okay. So these 10 villages, one day in this village, second day in this village, this is how the BC functions. Generally, I've seen in rural areas, the BC has days fixed when to go in some area. Okay. So one day in this area, other day in this area, like this. Then in this way, the BC also earns properly. Otherwise, why will the BC work? If it works only for 20 houses, he can't even survive and he can't even get his bread and butter, isn't it? So that's why BC is a private party who provides banking services to the areas where we cannot reach. As a branch, we cannot reach. Okay. Internet banking refers to operation of accounts through internet, through app, both A and B, and none of them. So what is it? Internet banking? Is it only related to internet or is it through app also? What is app? What do you do on app? App is also related to internet only. 4G, 5G, 3G, all these things, right? So both A and B. Okay. Who can open a savings bank account in India? The question seems to be simple, but it's not that simple. Indian citizen, NRI, illiterate, all of them. Anyone who can open the savings account? Can NRI open the savings account? Or should the option be this E? Only A and C. A and C, no B. Who can open the savings account? The answer is D, all of the above. NRI also has the accounts. NRI has the accounts of mainly NRE, NRO, and FCNR. These are the 3 main accounts of NRI. Okay. Even illiterate can open the account. Any Indian citizen, even the minor, can open the account. But of course, with a guardian, there is a sub-condition to this. If the minor is about 10 years, that minor can open a sole account. Okay. PAN number is required for deposits less than 50,000, deposits in excess of 1 lakh, deposits of 50,000 and above in a single day, all transactions. So where is PAN number required? Less than 50 or more than 50? Okay, let's consider this only, A or C. It is C. Deposits of 50,000 and above in a single day. TDS as per income tax means time deposit scheme, total deposit scheme, tax deducted at source, and none of the above. So TDS as per Income Tax Act means it is tax deducted at source. You can get a refund of this if you file your ITR and if your income is less than the required this slab. Okay. Maximum amount of check is, what is the maximum amount of check you can give? 100 crores? No limit. 1 crore? None of the above. Okay, how much check can you write? How big check can you write? Is it 100 crores? It is no limit. Okay, I can write a check of any amount, isn't it? Now let me discuss this batch. See this. Sankalpa batch for RBW. All the 4 subjects are covered. Numericals, objective questions, case studies, everything is covered. Join it ASAP. Okay. Starting from August 4. Join it ASAP. Here it's now starting. So you won't lose. And when is your exam? Just in October. So join fast. Okay. Now, how to join this? Okay. I'll show you. I would always suggest you to go through Adda 24/7 on the app itself. Okay. Let's go to Adda 24/7. There I'll show you. In the app, you are getting 1% extra using the coin systems. So join this app actually. Download the app and join it. Okay. So go to Adda 24/7. Click on JAIIB and CIB. You'll see the JAIIB October 23. Click on JAIIB October 23. Now you'll see this detail. Sankalpa batch. Okay. October 4th. Join this. Click on this. You'll see the details over here. Recorded classes. And then interactive classes. Limited size batch. Now, important part about recorded videos is if you miss out on this class any day, you can definitely get back to it. Very important, PDFs are shared, handouts are shared. Already 80% off you are getting. See this JC80 code, already 80% off. So what do you need more? Click on buy now. Okay. Then already 80% is applied over here. You need not apply any code now. Just click on continue. Look at this fees, 1999 and reaches to 3999.80. Such a huge discount. Join ASAP. Even you can join the Mahapack. I'll tell you what is the Mahapack. Mahapack means one of the best things. Multiple batches per subject. See this JIB and CIB. Click on this JIB Mahapack now. Right now, look at this double validity is going on. 80% off and double validity. Look at this 12 plus 12 months. You're getting this. 47,034 and the fees reduces to 9406, 80% off plus 24 months. Join it ASAP. Okay. Just click on continue. Code is already applied, so you need not apply any code now. Okay. I'll be back tomorrow with another series. Till then, keep studying and importantly, join the batches ASAP because exams are very near.